5-time Grammy award-winning rap artist. You can find him on Twitter at Little Tunechi. You can just listen to it. Smooth sounds and smooth beats. Them hot bars from my man, Lil Weezy. Wayne.
What's good?
What's the word, man?
Man, I can't call it. How you?
Man, we so happy to have you on the show, man. I mean, we, us little people are blessed with having one of the biggest legends of all time on the show, man. We just happy that you came on, stopped by, kicked it with your boys, man.
Oh, man, I couldn't wait to do it. I already told you that. Man.
Indeed.
17, what up?
What's up, man? How you? You good?
Man, everything beautiful, baby. You know what it is, man. All good,
I already
baby.
know, man. I already know.
So we got TJ, we got Plex, we got LaVar, we got Wayne in the building. I want to jump right into it because there's just so many things that we want to know. And one of the biggest things that I always wondered about in listening to you and following your career is when you think about where sports culture is right now, Wayne, you got to think the hairstyles, the tattoos, the just the way people bring it, the way they dress, all kinds of different things is all relatable to what takes place in the entertainment industry. And when you think about guys who have transcended, in the game, you think of AI, you think of like Mike Vick, but when it comes down to like people within the rap game, you're the name that comes up as an influential person for the entire generation that's taking place right now. Was that a plan or did it just happen?
I wouldn't say it was a plan. I would honestly, it's a blessing, honestly, LaVar. That's what it really is. It's a blessing. It's just, I'm consistent, man, just consistent. And I think they latched on to the point, the fact that I never stopped. And I figure out a way to recreate and figure out a way to stay valid in each generation, in each culture. You know what I mean? I figure out a way to, and I think, if anybody doing what I'm doing, and if anybody in the music business are rapping for sure, and they watching from the sideline, I would hope I set a great example, and I would hope somebody would want to follow my footsteps. So, yeah, it wasn't a plan, but
just
it was
happened.
God's plan.
Indeed.
Let me ask you this, and I'm sure you've been asked this question before. You're from New Orleans. How the hell are you a Green Bay Packer fan? That makes I'm lost by that. How does that happen?
Man, listen. So my father, he's my late father, Reginald. We call him Rabbit. So man, remember the Super Bowl came to New Orleans, man. Remember the Pack? It was like the Packers against the Patriots. Brett Favre played in it. I think it was like 94, 95, if I'm not mistaken. So man, I know y'all know
96.
New Orleans. Yeah, it's small down there, man. So at the time, like literally, bro, my father didn't even know who was playing in the Super Bowl. Truthfully, he really didn't. He wasn't even a sports fan like that. If it wasn't the Saints, he didn't care nothing. You know what I mean? That's how everybody is in New Orleans. So, but the Super Bowl was there. So for anybody who thought they was in anybody, you had to be there. My father thought he was somebody. So he was in there, and so, but what happened was, he just, that was a once in a lifetime thing for him. So he took home all the memorabilia that he could, and so obviously all the memorabilia he got was Super Bowl winning champs, Green Bay, and so when he came home with that, I'll be trying to explain to people that don't be understanding. I'll be like, yo, he came home with towels, cups, and stuff like that. I'd be like, so what that mean is, I don't know what y'all do with y'all memorabilia, but in where I'm from, those towels that's not memorabilia. We start using that. Those cups we drink. You feel
right. You got everything Green Bay.
Exactly. So I drunk out that same cup, used that same towel for so long. Once the Madden game came out, you're trying to figure out who you're gonna play with. I played with Green Bay, and I stuck with them since then.
Did it have anything to do with your career, Wayne? Like, because that was the year after you got started with BG, right? Because 95, y'all dropped y'all first album, but then in 97 was when you really started, when it started to take off.
Yeah, honestly, ain't have nothing
Nothing to
to
do
do
with
with
it.
it. Nothing to do with it. I latched on to. I'm a loyal man, man. I latched on to that team. I ain't gonna lie. I really love that boy Brett Favre. I just love. I
he was a
love
bad boy.
how he just. Yeah, I love how he just go out there and did what he did. And I used to hear some other, me being from the South, I used to hear some other, some under the table stories about him. And I was like, oh, I love this boy.
Word.
Yeah, man. We had to go up there and break Brett Favre's heart up there in '07 in the NFC Championship
There you
game.
go.
That's a
I
whole
didn't
other
ask you
topic.
that, bro.
That's
There we
a
go.
whole other topic,
ask
man.
you
We ain't
that,
even gonna
bro.
get into that on the show, man. We ain't even gonna get into that. I'm gonna just let you drink out of your Green Bay cup and eat off your plate. You know what I mean?
First of all, Plax, you already. How many? I don't know if you ever got it, but man, you know how many times when I did have the braids, you know how many times people asked me, "Was you my brother, bro?" I don't know if
Hey,
you
man.
ever got that, but man,
I know it's crazy. Man, that's a beautiful thing. But look here, man. Look, you just did something that I want to do, and
what's that?
I'm trying to figure it out. How did you become the first celebrity to be on The Masked Singer?
It was easy, man. So I
It
tell,
was easy.
cuz man, listen, shout out Nick, man, Nick Cannon, he's a homie. I hit Nick up. I was like, man, listen, I'm trying to get Minaj on. I was trying to get Nicki Minaj on there.
Mm.
And you know, what I mean, I was like, I need, I was like, I'd love to have her on there. So he was like, of course I'm gonna holler at them and see what they say. His response was, man, they want you. You know what I mean? I was like, man, I gotta think about it. I don't even know if I was like, bro, I don't know what I watched the show. I was like, I don't know if I get up there and do none of that. You know what I mean? But it was a challenge and it was fun. So I went ahead and did it.
All right, so shots and prayers out to Nicki, by the way. You know, the tragic situation that happened with her. Said love her way. So you're so into sports, man. You started your own sports agency, APA.
Yeah.
And you have Jalen Hurts amongst other players. Do you invest emotions in looking, watching them play? I know there's the business side of it, but from the personal side of it, just seeing how things played out with Jalen this year, what was your take on it? Is it more personal when you look at it, or is it just business related?
LaVar is 99% personal with me. I can't lie.
I could dig.
I can't lie. I have my bro Mac. I have someone that knows how to, just separate all that and make it. And they take that a business part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's straight personal. I'm talking to your mama. I'm know what I mean?
For certain.
Yeah, I'm the one that's going. I'm the one that and if you're on my team, I personally select you, or my brother personally figure. We went at you, or you can't. We rarely have somebody. We had like one or two people call us, but other than that, we went at you because we felt it.
Mac Main, right? You're speaking on Mac.
Yeah, Mac Main.
Shouts out to Mac Main.
What up, Mac?
Yeah.
You already know.
So Wayne, what made you want to start Young Money Sports? I know Cortez Bryant is heavily involved in it. Because you were one of the first, if not the first, rappers that said, you know what? We're fascinated with sports. The athletes are fascinated with our culture. Let's try to merge both of them. And what made you want to start Young Money Sports? Because once you did that, as you can see, there's other rappers. Oh, we're going to try to start our own company and mimic Wayne. What made you want to get involved with that?
Two people. Sugar Slim, that's Baby's older brother, Slim. He was always, he lived and died sports just like me, and that's another part where I get a lot of that sports, a lot of info, a lot of knowledge from just from touring so long. I always rode on Slim's bus, and Slim is the older brother, so he always had older guys on his bus. So I just was with all the old heads along for hours and hours on that bus, and so he started. He always wanted to do that. He always did it, but on his own, meaning. He kind of did it. Well, Stunner, Baby wasn't really, Baby ain't really mess with it with him because Baby was more focused on the music. And it was also something personal that Slim was doing with the agency thing. So I always loved the fact that he did it. With that said, like it was so long ago, bro. He was doing it. I always tell a story. He was doing it, bro. I remember I did a show in Cleveland, he called my phone. He was like, "Yo, Wayne, I got this little athlete down there in Cleveland. He won't come to your show." He was like, "It's all good." He was like, "It's all good if I let him come to your show." I was like, "Yeah, it's all
He's
good.
LeBron.
Just tell him wait down, pull up to the hotel, wait downstairs." Bro, I swear we took like 3 hours to come downstairs, but the dude stayed downstairs. Guess who it was?
It's LeBron.
You already know who it was.
It's LeBron.
It was LeBron. You
3 hours. 3 hours.
3 hours.
Oh man, go ahead, Plex.
Look, man.
And other than that, Master P. I watched Master P.
Sure.
Master P was always into sports. He was always, and what he did, what I got from him was, it was always helpful from him. He didn't care what, it didn't seem like he cared if his agency or whatever, his name was out. He did it it was like he was always for the athlete.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He was always for the athlete, and he was going to bend over backwards 1,000 times for the athlete to make it the most. So when I got, like I said, those two people, I took it into consideration the fact that I love sports, and you know what I mean. I knew for a fact that if I got into it, it was going to be genuine. So,
well, I will say this: I know agents that work in Young Money, and they're fantastic. They used to represent me. My best agents I had, just FYI.
Shout out.
Oh my God.
Nice plug.
That's what's up, man.
There go plug.
They're I will say that you have some fantastic agents working with Young Money. I will say that.
All right. So while we're at it, if you were listening and you just heard Young Money and you just started tuning in, we got Little Tunechi himself on the line, 5-time Grammy Award-winning rap artist, super extraordinary businessman. Go ahead, Plex. I know it's on you.
Hey, look, man. I'm looking at all the sports and everything you into. The Green Bay thing is out the window. We didn't already discuss that. So I'm up here in New York Yankee country. So so what's going on with you in the Boston Red Sox? I'm confused.
Another intercepted point.
You just seem to be on the other side of the fence. Everything that I'm with, man.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, bro. They hurt my heart, bro, when Mookie left, bro.
Oh, no, I know, right? Hey, listen, I ain't no Red Sox fan, but I like Mookie, though. You know what I mean? You can't do nothing but love Mookie.
Man, listen, man, I brought my son. I brought my son from L.A., Cameron, to the World Series. The last one Mookie was in with the Red Sox. Man, he hit that home run, man. He rounded the bases, man. He shot it. He pointed to my son, bro. That right there blew my heart out, bro. That right there. So when he left the Reds, I was kind of like, I don't know.
You got to find you a new team.
You feel me?
Let's get down to what fans are probably really wanting to know about. You got new projects coming. They're dropping this year. When we chopped it up on the phone, you was in the studio getting it in, banging, knocking the walls down when we were talking. And you got a collab coming out. I mean, you got several collabs coming out. I mean, I don't know if this is breaking news, but it certainly is going to be heard by a lot of people when it comes out of your mouth and goes into their ears right here, right now. What are those collabs? When should we expect to hear them?
Man, I got so many. Everybody that knows I collab with everybody since day one.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I have something out right now with this with an artist, beautiful artist, man, from LA. Her name is Foushee.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a song right now called Ain't Got Time right now. But then she has her own stuff about to come out. We about to shoot that.
Okay.
And man, that collaboration right there, I'm so proud of that one right there. Man, that girl is super talented, bro.
We'll look for
super
that
talented.
one. Okay. Feel good about that.
Oh, man, she come in the studio, pick up a guitar, don't know how to read no music, just play by ear and kill it, man.
Oh, wow.
Hey, that's always been fascinating to me, man. People that can pick up instruments and play the piano and play the guitar, and they just learn it through the feel and
by ear,
and hearing what feels good and don't know how to read music, man. That's when you really call it like a true talent, man. That's crazy. How I hear continuous stories of people who just becoming artists and they don't know how to read music, and it's some of the best music that you ever heard in your life.
You ever heard in your life, exactly. I don't know how to read music at all, and I play the guitar as well.
Right.
But I was taught real well by Miss Betty Wright, the late great Miss Betty Wright.
Mm-hmm. What about?
Yeah, she taught me.
What about
she
Young
taught me
Money?
a lot with that guitar.
What about the compilation with Young Money?
Young Money, you already know I got new artists coming. So everybody, I mean, if they know, we post a lot of the new artists, but we're about to put the compilation together with all the artists together on one album. And you already know that sets up everything for everybody, so they could start coming out with their solo projects as well.
What about the concerts, Wayne? Like when you're doing all of these compilations and dropping these albums and creating these projects, how does that work in COVID? Like this whole brave new world, is it going to be Zoom concerts? Like how are you going to manage that? Like how does that look in terms of for your fan base?
So for me, an artist like me, first of all, an artist like me, my performance, my shows, they mean so much to my career. You know, they got a lot of artists. There's other artists where it's totally opposite. Their music, what they put out, their songs, and that's their base of their career. For me, my performances, my show, I'm that guy that come out there with no hype man. No, I'm that guy and kill it for 2 hours straight. So it's hurting me right now. But as far as what I've been seeing people, doing some certain ideas for shows and things like that. But as far as working though, I've been quarantined way before COVID when it comes to work. All I do is I wake up and go straight to the studio.
True.
That's all I do.
Hey,
anybody that know me will tell you that, man. I don't do nothing but go to the studio and come home and go to the studio and come home and go to the studio.
Hard work.
A lot of people listen to your music. You sold over 120 million records worldwide. And this is easy. This might be a hard question. Everybody has a favorite song. What's your favorite song that you've made?
My favorite song is the one I recorded last night.
What's the name of it?
It ain't even got a name yet.
It ain't got a name yet?
Huh?
Do it got a title yet?
Of course, it's called Rocket Fire.
Boom. Rocket Fire.
Yeah, it's called Rocket Fire.
Just made.
All right, so we're going to be looking forward to hearing that.
Fresh off the press.
Fresh off the press.
Go ahead, Plex.
By the way, man, that TJ, that's gonna always be my answer too.
That's always the next one, right?
Exactly. I always have been my answer, man. Like I'm always focused on. That's why everybody when people ask me the other question, like who do you listen to? What other artists do you listen to? Some people get offended when I say just me, because I'm listening to what I just recorded last night, trying to make sure it's okay.
Right, as you should.
Yo,
exactly.
Man,
Also, you can't have no influences. You listen to too many people. That's
you
when
start sounding
your
like
music
them.
starts sounding like theirs.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's why so many people sound like you now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that right there is homage. I'm talking about when you actually the people that's like when you're a new artist and you're coming out sounding just like another new artist. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
Yeah, you're right.
Yo, that's kind of what I wanted to get to, man. I came from an era of, tape decks and, flipping the tape over to rewind it.
Sir, I did too. I'm 38.
Yeah, back in the early and late 80s, man. But the evolution of music, it just went to a whole other platform. So, the evolution of just you and keeping up and being in the game, 20 years now?
20 strong.
Jeez.
Yeah, just tell us about the evolution, man, and remaining relative and the creativity of just, confidence and belief in yourself, first of all, and everything. Confidence and belief in yourself, and first and foremost, humble, man, and gratefulness, man. I'm so grateful. I wake up every day and I can't believe I woke up, and I can't believe that whatever I did that day, I can't believe it was actually accomplished, and I've probably been doing it every day of my life and still can't believe I do it. So first of all, you got to be grateful.
Mm-hmm.
And then, consistent. I already said that earlier, consistent. And then, like I was saying when I said I don't listen to a lot of people, I stay in my own world. So therefore, that's my validation. Meaning the reaction of the world is my validation because I don't hear what everybody else is hearing and I don't do what everybody else is doing. So the moment I feel like it ain't being felt, that's when I know, okay, it's your time to leave it alone. Until then, I'm 20 years strong. I'm still at the top with it, so I'm okay with it.
I'm gonna tell you an interesting story. When I was in school back in Penn State, I hung out in Chicago quite a bit, and one of my homeboys was tight with Strings, and I can recall we got cool and always kept in contact. And I remember the year before.
He was with us.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, because Hove was going strong, like he was the dude. I mean, and obviously he's a legend and went on, and the rest is history. But I was like, man, who's the dopest dude out here right now? And Strings was like, Wayne. Like didn't stutter, didn't stumble. It was like, it's Wayne. And I could
tell you,
bro.
I can tell you, I know you're not lying. I can tell you, I know you ain't lying, because me and her was very. She treated me like a real little brother. She wanted to know what you about to say on this song. Let me hear it.
Right.
You just say that. She was one of them.
Man, could go and super talented. I always was a fan of you guys and at that period of time. But then you blew up. What, like, there's only one or two people, Nas, there's a couple other guys that you could say when that time frame where Hove was dropping hammers on people that actually really, really established themselves, and you're one of them. Do you think about that? Like, how does that make you feel? Because in the grand scheme of things, they got to say you're one of the greatest ever, and that's with Big, Pac, Nas, Jay, you name it. How does that make you feel? You got to throw Scarface in there, too.
Exactly. Oh, you definitely better.
Gotta go throw Scarface in there too.
You already know. You already know, man.
But how does that make you feel, man?
Man, honestly, like I told you, humble and grateful, man. And I don't stop a second to see which way the wind blowing, man. I just keep going.
True.
So I really don't know how to feel yet. I think whenever I do stop to see what it feels like, I'll be able to tell you then. But until, it's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful journey.
Hey, yo, check this out, man. So back in 2001, I was sponsored by Reebok. So I couldn't get enough leather white Reeboks, white T-shirts, and blue jeans. I couldn't get enough back in 2000, man, 2001, man. So, man, always a pleasure to link with you,
Weezy.
man. Just sit back and watch the greats become royalty, man. So just keep doing your numbers, baby.
Yeah, when the country opened up, you had that concert, man. You got to invite us out.
Man, come on, man. You already know, man.
We're gonna be there.
This right here is forever now, man.
Indeed. That's Lil Wayne right there. Hey, man, look, we're gonna open up the cipher next time. Like, this ain't the last time.
I thought you was gonna have something written.
We're gonna open up the cipher with Wayne when he come back, man.
Listen to them bars, man.
Shouts out to our guy Lil Wayne, fan to the show. Family to the show, 5-time Grammy Award winning rap artist. You can catch him on Twitter at Lil Tunechi. You can catch him at Lil Tunechi on IG too. But we're gonna bring you back on, man. This has been a pleasure, man. We appreciate you coming on.
I can't wait. Likewise.
What up?
Shout out TJ Love. Flex.
Appreciate you, bro.
Indeed.
For real. Likewise.
All right, this is Up on Game. That was Lil Wayne. That's TJ Houshmandzadeh, Plaxico Burress. I'm LaVar Arrington. This is Fox Sports Radio.